You see him moving? It's a bull. They're kind of moving that way.
When we're looking for him again, we'll be like, where's that little 6x6? I should have shot him opening morning.
Is that what he was? You think he was a 6x6?
Yeah.
Pretty good start to the hunt so far. We woke up at about 5:30 this morning, started driving, and within a mile of our camp we saw a bunch of elk sitting in a meadow. We ended up parking and putting a stock on them, and there was a bull with them. It was a small 6x6 or a 5x5, we couldn't really tell. But I was able to cow call and have him bugle back to me, which was pretty cool. But it was a fun way to start the day. Right now we're just walking around locating water. We might sit some tonight. This hunt's 2 weeks and we can only make it for the second week. So we got about 6 days left. All right, we're back at camp. It's 1 o'clock. We're just regrouping. We're gonna have some blueberry pancakes and then we're gonna get back out there for the night hunt. I'll give you guys a quick little tour of our campsite. Nice cooking station. The bikes, truck, fire pit. And then we picked up this tent off of Facebook Marketplace. And the guy who sold it to us didn't give us the rain fly. Luckily I brought an extra 4-man tent. I was able to take the rain fly off that one and Jimmy rig it to this Coleman tent. Inside we got a spacious 6-man tent, some big old cots. Jeffrey's got a nice mattress. I got a big blanket. It's pretty spacious inside. Can stand up. It's really nice. It's like $150 on Facebook Marketplace. All right, pancake time. What do you think? Best you've ever had?
Could be the best I ever had.
Could be.
Could be. Pretty tasty.
But they're not the best.
I think they are. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Best I ever had. And I'm not biased. All right, it's 4 o'clock right now. We spent a couple hours getting camp set up, and now we're gonna get back out there and hopefully get into some elk. We're playing that thing like a kazoo.
You always want to learn how to play the harmonica.
See him, but you got a good look at him. Got into 100 yards. I could see him from a distance, and he was big. That was cool. That was very cool. Dude, those cows are like landmines.
I didn't know there was one down there. I thought he's by himself. And all of a sudden I see these.
No, they're always with him. Did you tell him how many points he was?
Oh, he's 6. Easy 6.
6 by 6?
Yeah.
He just had I could see the mass. Like, he looked thick and tall and wide.
Yeah.
That was sick. That was like the first. I mean, we had action all day actually, though.
Yeah.
Sick. All right, guys, well, that was a great first day. We had a lot of action. We still have 5 more days of hunting. We're gonna wake up bright and early and head back to that same spot where we saw that big bull. We're both exhausted, so we're gonna hit the hay. We'll see you guys in the morning. Bugled back, but it sounded far in there. It's day 2, and we're back in where we saw that bull yesterday. All right, we're back at our bikes. We hiked around for about 2 hours this morning. Bulls were bugling all around us, but they were on the other side of a border that we can't hunt. So we're gonna head back to our camp, have some breakfast and maybe a siesta, and then we're gonna get back at it later today.
Oh, thanks, man.
All right, we're up from our siestas. We're getting packed up right now. We're gonna head back over to that area and try to get into some bulls.
Those elk didn't see us, did they? No. I thought I saw 4. You saw 3?
I saw 3 spikes.
Yeah, they're all spikes.
We're walking to this wallow and some hunters drove by in 2 UTVs and they scared 3 spike elk. They just drove right by us. We watched them drive up here and they let off a bugle. It's 3:30 right now. We're just playing the waiting game. We're gonna sit at this wallow and see if anything comes into it tonight. Sitting for about 2 hours now. Bulls are starting to bugle. Hopefully something comes in. All right, we've been sitting in this water for about 3.5 hours. Nothing's come in. We've been getting bugles all day, but they're all too far away on the other side of a border that we can't hunt. We're gonna pack it up. We only have about 10 to 15 minutes left of shooting light. We might jump something on the way back to our bikes. Not as exciting as last night.
No, not quite.
Sitting water is so boring though.
It is boring. It's not very much fun.
All right, we're back at camp. We ate dinner. We're gonna hop in bed and hit the hay. Today was slow, but we're looking forward to tomorrow. We still have 3 or 4 full days left. We've got bulls bugling all around our camp right now, so we're gonna get after it tomorrow morning. We'll see you guys in the morning.
This elk hunting stuff.
We'll get them tomorrow.
Get them tomorrow.
It's right by our camp.
He's right there.
Want to move up on him?
I think he's going down to that water. and he took off. He's up. You see that little ridge way up high?
Yeah.
Long ways away. He just went up over there. But he was like looking back at something. And then that other one bugled. So I don't know if they were having a fight or something.
It's like every morning at 7:30 they get quiet.
Yeah.
They got really quiet.
Day 3.
Never mind, there's a bull right there. I say we keep going that way.
Okay.
All right, well, that was probably the most epic morning. It's 9:30 right now. We've been chasing elk since 6. We got super close to this one bull as we were walking up to this water. We ended up spooking him, but we followed him. He met up with a bigger group of elk. There was at least 2 good bulls in there and probably 20 to 30 cows and small bulls too. They stopped calling around 7:30, just like clockwork. Same thing happened yesterday. We think they're bedded down right over here somewhere, but we're gonna hike back to camp and figure out a game plan for tonight.
It's fun seeing big bulls. Just gotta get closer. They're smart. Takes patience. Yeah, I know. That's what I always. That's the dream. Is calling a bull in and like 20 yards. I don't think they're in the rut hard enough to where they do that yet. They're getting there. Can't believe how light that thing is.
I think it weighs like a pound.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on. You ready for 220?
We're gonna have to check.
That's pretty comfy.
You like it?
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Thanks, buddy. Real nice.
His birthday's tomorrow, but I wanted to get him a nice chair so he can sit water.
The second one was real nice.
50% of the time, it works all the time. All right, it's 1:45. We're gonna get back out there. We've got some waters that we want to check out. It's been raining a little bit, so hopefully that's got the elk up.
What a prehistoric looking little creature, huh?
What do you think that is? Coyote or wolf?
Maybe a little wolf poop.
It's a lot bigger than some of the coyote poops I've seen.
Yeah.
Cheers. Cheers. We're getting caffeinated for tonight's hunt. We're about to go pack out and go back to the same area that we're in earlier today. Hopefully they're still there. Actually got a bugle. That was a bugle. It was over there. You heard that, right? That's funny. That wasn't your best. He's been practicing. Both of us have no idea what we're doing, by the way. We're currently just sitting some water in an area that we hunted this morning. We're about 30 yards away from it. There was a lot of elk in here earlier today. We were mainly spot and stalking this morning, but we're gonna try to switch it up and we're gonna sit this water and see if anything comes in tonight.
like that would bring in like a coyote. For those of you who know nothing about elk, I'm using a diaphragm or a reed, and I'm blowing air through it as it's on the top of my mouth, and the air passes over this latex and it makes that sound. And then I use this tube, and together I'm able to bugle. And that's how I'm trying to make contact with the bulls or the male elk. The shorter little mews, those are cow calls. Or what my dad was doing was a distressed calf call. Nothing seems to be working though, so we might not be doing it right. But we're trying.
No elk right here right now.
The elusive elk. If he comes from behind, I swear. There's definitely two. There's one to our right, one to our left. Alright, so we think we have a bull behind us and one to our left. Doesn't sound like they're coming in though. We got about 10 or 15 minutes of light left, so we'll see. I would honestly be happy if I called in a hunter. That's like a pretty good compliment. Alright, well, we ran out of light. We're gonna hike back to camp and we'll be back here tomorrow morning. You're starting to hobble a little bit. Are you getting sore?
Oh, my legs are sore. I sit down like that. I get stiff. Takes a minute for them to loosen up.
Day 3? Is this day 3?
Day 3.
Day 3.
It's in the books.
Today's Monday, last day's Thursday. 3 days left. If he gets to stay the whole time.
Well, until we get one tomorrow.
A birthday bull.
That's right. Birthday bull. I'm due. Day 4.
We are due. Alright, buddy, we're gonna get you out of the road. You think he's trying to cross? I'll put him over here. There you go, buddy. That was a garter snake, by the way. In my canoe video, someone got mad at me for picking up a snake. All I did was pick him up, get him out of the road so he doesn't get run over. That was a good thing. That'll play. This chicken breast is massive. It looks like it came off a pterodactyl. Alright guys, we're gonna hit the hay. We'll see you in the morning. we got into this water where we saw a bull yesterday morning, and there was one here, but we spooked him or he winded us. We don't know. But he took off and he's not making any noise now.
Day 4.
Happy birthday.
Thanks.
What a better way to spend your birthday than hunting elk with your favorite son?
True, very true.
There's a bugle. I'm his only son, by the way. We bumped a nice 5x6 as we were walking in here. We had him at like 80 yards, but he spooked and took off.
Yeah, we spooked that bull into this nasty canyon. We're gonna head back up to the flat area that we hunted in the morning on the first day and hope that there's something up there.
See nothing? See anything?
Not a thing.
By the way, you were snoring like a mofo last night.
Really?
Dude, it was the loudest I've ever heard you snoring before. And the elk were bugling the whole time too. It was crazy. I thought they were gonna think you were an elk and come in on the tent. That was crazy last night. All the audio from the star time lapse, that is from last night. It was nonstop all night. It sounded like they were right by our tent. High protein, high cholesterol. We got into 3 bulls this morning, but we could never close the distance. The first bull that we saw was at this water that we were gonna walk up to, and he must have winded us because he took off pretty early. We sat that water for a little bit, and then we ended up hiking back to where we went the first morning. As we were making our way there, we ended up jumping a small 3x3 bull. He took off pretty quickly, and our plan was to cut him off and get ahead of him. As we were doing that, we ended up jumping another bull. It was a bigger 5x6. After that, we hiked around for a little bit. Things got pretty quiet and we came back to camp. Things are typically pretty slow during the day, so we're gonna head into a town that's about 30 minutes from here and get some showers in. It's been about 4 days since we showered. We're just driving back to camp and we saw a bull and 2 cows. We're about to put a stock on it, but we realized all we have is our shower flops and we left our boots at camp. So we're heading back to camp. We're gonna hike back into that spot we were in earlier this morning. And hopefully we'll get into some bulls today.
It's probably better than the grilled Coleman.
They don't make Coleman's like that.
Yeah, and it actually kind of matches too.
It does look pretty good, honestly.
Yeah.
All right, I think I told you guys earlier, but the guy that sold my dad this tent on Facebook Marketplace didn't give us the rain fly, and it just started raining. We used the rain fly from one of my old tents, and it was leaking, so all of our stuff got wet, our sleeping bags, our pads, everything. So we just had to take that all off and put this other tarp on there, but it should hold up, and I think we'll be all right. This guy's a well-oiled machine, runs off of caffeine. Got to keep him caffeinated. Looking like Jeffrey Haynes.
Huh?
Looking like Cam Haynes.
2 years ago.
All right, it's 3 o'clock. We're gonna get back out there. Every single night, these elk come all the way to this west side, and then in the morning, they make their way over to the east side. So our plan is to drive over in between and hike into the middle and hopefully catch them somewhere in there. It's a maze walking through this deadfall.
Alright, we found some elk. We've got at least 2 spikes about 400 yards away. If you don't know what a spike is, it's just an elk with 1 antler. There's young bulls. We're gonna wait it out a little bit and see if something bigger comes out.
All right, we're gonna make a move on these bulls. We don't have a whole lot of light left, and we're trying to make something happen.
Did you see them all? There's like 6 or 7 of them. Alright, we got a decent 6x6. A couple 100 yards ahead of us, but he's with a couple cows and some calves. And there's also a few spikes sprinkled in there too. Alright, we thought we spooked these elk. They heard us, but they don't know what we are, so he's a little bit curious. It's a 6x6 that we've been seeing. And there's a water nearby that we know that he likes to go to. So we're just making our way there. We're gonna try to beat him there. Taste it, tell me if it's fresh. These elk are so fast, they've already beat us to where we want to go.
All right, day 4 was unsuccessful. Those elk never ended up coming to the water like we thought they would. We can hear them bugling off in the distance, but we're gonna head back to camp. We'll see you guys there. Back at camp, keeping it simple tonight. Just going with some chicken and rice. We'll spice it up a little bit. Oh yeah. Anything would taste good right now. All right, since it's my dad's birthday, I needed a candle, and I forgot to bring a candle. If you watch my videos, you know I love fatwood. I'm gonna see if I can't make a fatwood candle for my dad's birthday. It works. If you don't know what fatwood is, it's just resin-soaked wood from a pine tree. All right, let's go wish him a happy birthday. All right, I was supposed to get you a candle, but I forgot to get a candle. And then I was gonna buy one at the store earlier when we went there. They didn't have them, so we got a fatwood candle. Just takes a second to light, but it's what they used to use back in the day. Alrighty. Happy birthday. Blow out your candle. And no cake?
Just cookies?
Just cookies.
That's pretty good.
Happy birthday.
Thanks, bud. Love you, man.
Love you too. All right, well, today was fun. This was my second time spending my dad's birthday out here elk hunting, so it was a pretty memorable one for me. We still got 2 days to make it happen. We're gonna hit the hay, and we'll see you guys tomorrow for day 5.
Good morning, it's day 5. We're sitting on a water where this bull has been coming in every morning. We're not sure if he's gonna come in. We can hear him up over on this hill. He's a couple hundred yards away, but we're gonna sit here and try. They didn't make any noise last night, which was weird because they were non-stop the night before. We'll probably sit here for another 15-20 minutes, and then if they don't come in, we'll try to wrap around and cut them off to where they normally go.
All right, he never came into the water. 2 days in a row, he's come in here and got water right in the morning, but he didn't do it today. So we're gonna wrap around and try to cut them off. These elk are kicking our butts. They move so fast and we never ended up relocating them. It's really hard to find them in this thick forest. We're gonna hike it back to camp and get some breakfast in us and see what we want to do for the rest of the day. We don't deserve blueberry pancakes, but we're having them anyways. All right, so my dad and I were driving around and we saw a herd of elk out in a field. So we decided to pull over and put a stock on them. We ended up splitting up. My dad went about 200 yards that way, and I was gonna go this way and spook them over to them. But by the time I got around, they had already beat me that way. They went the opposite direction as my dad. So now I gotta go find him and tell him, and then we gotta work that way. So hard.
Did you ever see them or no?
Yeah.
You saw them?
Yeah, you didn't see them?
No, they were going up.
Yeah, they went right by the, should have been right by the truck.
Yeah.
They were right level with me, looking at me. And you're whistling and stuff already. Did you do one bugle?
No.
You didn't have your bugle with you?
No.
Oh. So I started doing my call, and the bull got mad. Then they hustled everybody. Like, they probably went that way, but.
All right, that was another unsuccessful attempt at putting a stock on some elk. We were driving around and we saw a herd of elk in a pasture. There was a few bulls with them, and then we tried to wrap around them, but it never worked out. They ended up passing us. We're currently hiking back into the spot that we've been hitting most. We know there's elk in here and we know where they like to be. So we're making our way to those spots and hopefully make it happen tonight. It's getting down to crunch time. We can hear him just on the other side of those trees.
We just had a few cow elk run by us over there. We didn't see any bulls with them though.
Walk of shame.
Another defeated day. Jeez.
Can't wait for all my buddies to be like, dude, where's my meat? You couldn't get an elk? No, we couldn't get an elk. We still have tomorrow morning though. Any bad day of hunting is better than any good day in the office. All right, well, the night hunt was pretty slow. We hiked back into a spot where we know they usually come to at the end of the day. We ended up getting within 200 to 300 yards of all the elk, but we never ended up seeing them. They were too far away behind all this thick brush. Tomorrow morning's gonna be our last opportunity. Normally you can hunt until tomorrow night, but my dad has to go home early to handle some business. So we're gonna try to make it happen tomorrow morning. We just need some luck on our side.
I think they're ready.
Looking good.
Got a little burger patty with potatoes, onions, and bell peppers. Oh yeah.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds like you've snored before.
I know.
You know what you're doing.
I'm a professional.
Good morning, it's day 6. It's the closing day of this archery elk hunt. It's the quietest morning it's been so far, but we're gonna get back out there and see if we can't make it happen. It's crunch time. All right, we found the bull that we saw in the first morning. We lost him, but we just saw a mama and her calf out in this field. We're just trying to relocate the rest of them now. I just think they stayed in these trees and went that way. And we were on the opposite side. I mean, they hit this whole meadow all the time, but I just don't think we're in the right spot at the right time. I don't think, yeah, I mean, if you had a forklift, maybe, but who's carrying a forklift out here? There's no roads.
Guys cutting the trees and stuff.
That's weird.
This looks like you could just push it over.
All right, guys, well, that wraps it up for the Robinson boys. We spent 6 days out here and we couldn't get one, and that's just how hunting goes sometimes. Neither of us are upset. We got to spend some quality time out here together, and it's a beautiful country. We're both complete beginners, but we learned a lot on this trip, and we both had an amazing time. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this one, and if you did, let me know down in the comments. But I appreciate your time. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.